Hello everyone, my name is Dee Dee. This is Mystical D and Cosmically Golden Elevations. Thank you for joining me today. It is December 2nd, 2025. However, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this channel, this message is for you. Only take what resonates, and it's in my description, but if you're here for any legal, medical, or financial advice, I'm not that person for you. This is for entertainment and spiritual guidance only for the sign of Leo, the collective general reading. So I'd like to thank all of the guardians, angels, interdimensional spirits, and beings for overseeing this reading. Archangel Michael, please protect me during this reading with your shield and surround myself and anyone who comes across this channel. Bright white light of healing and love. What does the Leo Collective need to know? 2 more cards, Spirit. 2 more cards. For the Leo Collective, what does Leo need to know for whatever they are inquiring about? What are the current energies surrounding the situation? What does the collective's sign of Leo need to know? A little bit about me. I have my Leo in my midheaven. If you're not quite sure what that is, then... Oh, is that 2 cards perfect? Oh, look at that. Oh. One of the deck is the 10 of Swords in reverse. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, and the Emperor in reverse. So, as I was saying, the midheaven is the cusp of the 10th house in the natal chart. I highly recommend that you review your natal chart. There's so many free ones online. And let's just get into this. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Hierophant reversed. And the Emperor reversed. And the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck reversed. All right, let's get into this. So, Page of Cups. I was just thinking that I had put all of my cards in the order, right side up. But nothing happens for no reason, so we're just going to see where we go from this reading. And just accept that they're all in the reverse. Okay, so in the upright, this deck means, for the Page of Cups, a bunny-eared ballerina gracefully and carefully balances a teacup on their fingertips. A time to marvel, a message to embrace emotions and capture magic. A person who's sensitive and romantic, creative and imaginative. A daydream believer with a big, bright heart and big, bright feelings. But it was in the reverse. So everything that I just said, but the opposite of that. So there's emotional immaturity or disillusionment. Okay, how about the Hierophant? And the Emperor, which is our major arcanas. Why am I not finding this? What is going on here? Okay. All right, they were side by side. What do I... Okay. Here we go. The Hierophant, or two inquisitive cats, sit in a library overflowing with books, listening attentively at the feet of their storyteller. When the story is completed, they will ask politely for another. This is a place of dusty tomes and ancient tales of wisdom gathered and shared, a space for storytelling and story listening. Students who are ready to learn, ears pricked and tails calm and attentive, seeking and finding deeper knowledge and meaning. However, because that was in the reverse, it indicates a need to question the traditional rules or a feeling that you're being stifled by them. And here we have, in the upright, the Emperor means a figure sits on a throne composed of strict lines and sharp angles. The architectural chair sits solidly upon the earth, supporting its occupant as they conduct their surroundings. Even curls of incense smoke drift with precision in the directions they are meant to. Structure and form, command and control, authority and organization, a place to bend and shape things into desired designs, a time of confidence, order, rules, and regulations. However, because it was in the reverse, it's a fear of responsibility or a loss of power and control. Let's go ahead and clarify the meaning of these cards, which together with Page of Cups reverse, Hierophant reverse, and the reverse Emperor, there's a suggestion that there's creative blockage, a rejection of traditional structures or beliefs, and a struggle with authority or personal power. So there's a need to question old rules, find your own path while dealing with the emotional confusion or the lack of direction that you've potentially been feeling. Perhaps you're feeling like you're abandoned by those who once looked up to you, or the opposite, you're abandoning them. Okay, so Spirit, give me clarification on the Page of Cups reversed, reversed Hierophant, and reversed Emperor. 3 cards, please. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, 7 in reverse, and everything is being placed in reverse. So it could just be a simple matter of me holding the deck incorrectly. However, as I mentioned, nothing happens for no reason, and there are a lot of readers who don't read in the reverse because you can get the actual meaning from combinations of cards the upright, and it's just a little more extra, but you get similar readings, so it's nothing bad. Likewise, I don't really believe that there are, I mean, of course there are people who practice, like, you know, the dark arts and black magic, so to speak, and all this stuff, but if you simply don't believe in it affecting you, and you just constantly are visualizing yourself surrounded with protection and returning things to sender, you too will be protected and nothing can harm you. So there's that. One more card to it. One more card to clarify the Emperor in reverse. One more card. What does the collective say you need to know to have their highest timeline in December? What does the collective say? Justice in the upright. Wonderful. Okay, so let's just do this step by step. Okay, so as I was saying, personally, I have my Leo in midheaven. So as we know, Leos are fiercely individualistic, natural leaders. I don't take much crap from anybody. However, Page of Cups in reverse. That's not to say that I'm unreasonable. The Wheel of Fortune. So, in the upright, opportunity, fate, good luck, bad luck. The Wheel of Fortune opens the door to new opportunities where you can succeed or fail. So, because that was in the reverse, this Page of Cups, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, suggests that this is a situation of emotional immaturity and confusion that is stuck in a repeating negative cycle. So there's an inability to express feelings clearly, combined with some frustration of reoccurring life lessons or patterns that are negative and prevent forward movement. So this is just a call to take control, break the cycle, instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance. Good advice. So, and this is also in the past position. So going forward, we are in the Hierophant, well actually the present, we're in the Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So in the upright, result, balance sheet, harvest. Draw up your personal balance sheet. Where have you succeeded and where have you failed? What are you going to do with this result? So because it was in the reverse, let's double check this. So, earlier we were talking about how this is rigid, outdated beliefs, a need to recognize that past efforts may have been wasted or misdirected. So you're breaking away from those traditional structures, but it's a new path of uncertainty where patience has failed. My apologies for the blower in the background. So, as I was saying, there's an uncertainty about a new direction, or you're realigning with a new purpose. So you need to stop investing energy into a path that's not providing the rewards or the fulfillment, and instead take the time to reevaluate your goals and priorities, or acknowledge the difficulty of breaking free from those old structures, and also while you're facing the reality of your new path, which is not yet wielding those results. So let's look at this. The Emperor in reverse, clarified by the Justice upright. Okay, I'm just going to plow through, even though that blower is right next to my window. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, did we see what was on the bottom of this deck? Chariot in reverse. Okay. So, where were we? So, upright. The meaning of this card is justice, truth, balance. And as we've stated, this is abuse of power, control, or fear of authority. So together, this is a situation where someone's past abuse of power has caused an injustice that must be set right, or that the upright authority of justice is needed to confront and correct the tyrannical or irresponsible behavior of the reversed emperor. So this could be, going into the future, we have to confront our past or acknowledge the unfairness. It could be a sign that someone was treated unfairly by some overbearing person, and it's a call to acknowledge or correct it. Take responsibility for the truth of that situation. Good advice. Okay. That being said, let's look at the underlying theme of the entire spread, which was the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Magician is underneath that. And the Three of Swords. All right. So, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Overcoming a difficult ending, beginning to heal, resisting the inevitable by clinging to some painful past, and the Chariot in reverse, which, I mean, if you really think about it, it's all has this wonderful theme of you're stuck, stop trying to be the victim, stop playing into the victim thing. You have everything that you need to change the situation, confront things. My advice, personally, Do not confront people who do not have a therapist, because honestly, you can actually confront the situation within yourself by either forgiving someone in your own mind, changing your own mindset about a situation, because people will, especially if they don't have their own systems in place, can go off the deep end. That's just my own personal experience. So you don't actually have to physically confront anyone. However, it's saying to confront the situation within yourself, to understand the truth of the situation and get your justice, which I think is a very positive message. Okay, so the Chariot in reverse, which is underlying theme. Oh, like High Priestess in reverse, Magician in reverse. It's, oh, King of Cups in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. Look at this. It's all having a similar situation. So you have what it takes, the necessary information that you needed to know what you need to do to change it. And once you change things for the better, that's essentially what this is saying. Look at all of the wonderful possibilities of where you're going with this. Okay, but currently, Chariot in reverse, which signifies a lack of control, a lack of direction, a lack of progress, stemming from the inner conflict, the indecision, and the feeling of being stuck. So, change that all. Get your bag, baby, and do what you got to do. Do the do. Okay? Get rid of those people from your life, okay? Because who needs that? Anyhow, that being said, I'm going to give you some of this Cosmic Cat wisdom card, just one card of an actionable step that you can take. Spirit, what does Leo need to know or to do currently for this situation in order to reach their highest timeline? What does Leo Collective need to do in order to reach the highest possible timeline for this situation? One card, please. Spirit. Oh. This wanted to say release and retreat. However, I'm going to put it right back into the deck because I want it to be a clean. Thank you so much for your patience. What actionable step does the collective sign of Leo need to take in order to reach their highest possible timeline? Spirit, just give me one card, please. What does the collective sign of Leo need to do in order to reach their highest possible timeline? Just give me one card. Oh, that's way too many. One card. If it was meant to be, it will come out again. Just one card, Spirit. One thing that Leo can do at the beginning of December to reach the highest possible timeline to manifest the greatest good of the message from this read. Thank you, Spirit. Equilibrium. Find your balance. Okay, so if you are still here and you're with me, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm trying to build my channel and I appreciate your support. And I would love for you to join me next time. Anyhow, equilibrium, find your balance. If you pounced on this card, it means that somewhere in your life you're feeling out of kilter and may need to seek greater equilibrium in relationship, your work, business, or some other aspect of your life. You may feel something is off but don't know exactly what it is. Or you may feel something is missing and do not know what it is, but aren't sure how to bring it more fully into your life at this time. Perhaps you are weighing your options and wondering where you'll land and how you'll achieve a more balanced life. Balance is not a steady state, as some may believe, where you make a move, find that sweet spot, and stay forever. Seeking equilibrium is a work in progress, whether that be in a relationship, finances, work, or creativity. It is about closing the gap between what you say you want and what you're doing to get it. When you know you're stalking what is the greatest value to you, what will provide you with a deeper sense of satisfaction and inner peace, you will feel less tippy, more grounded, and centered in who you really are. Now is a good time to balance your perspective by tapping into your inherent and personal connection to the greater equilibrium of the divine, that bigger field where nature's forces and abundant resources can hold you up and help you land where you most need to be. When you capture what's missing and release what no longer serves you, the scales will then reflect the perfect weight for you in your life now. Other thoughts to stock. Write down a list of what you're willing to release from your life and a list of what you want more of in your life. Take the release list, say farewell, and burn it. Take the list of things you want in your life and begin taking action steps to have more of that. Okay, and with that, my dear Leos, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for liking, and put on your red shoes, your red dress, get out there, dance the night away, put on your hiking shoes, get out in nature, go for a hike. This was a heavy read, so I'm going to clear this energy, and goodbye.